always been curious. Does my picture matter when it comes to my Etsy products? Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Off Online and today I'm doing another irrelevant test. I saw digital downloads and I've always wondered whether one picture does better over the other. I used this digital product. I put these two pictures to the test. I tested it for over a month. And I forgot to mention, for all my listings, I made sure that everything was exactly the same. The tags, the title, the description. The only thing that would change is the front picture. And so I really just wanted to test and see only if that made the difference. I hope this helps you. Nobody cared and nobody asked, but I wanted to know and you're gonna find out as well. Let's get into it. We're looking into my soul right now with this angle. So already in the basket we have 4 for this one and 3. Now let's get into the stats. So for this one we're going to go into our stats all time, so just over a month. Yes, I was right. We have 21 visits, we have items sold, which is 0, and revenue, which is generated, which is 0. Cool. So it still did fairly well. It did best in Etsy app and Etsy pages and only 1 direct. Now the search items that came up with it were 3 and it was very popular between 15th July to before 2nd of August. After that it's been relatively quiet. This product has had no sales and the price was $10.99 and currently 300 in stock. Now let's go back to the other one. For this one we have 114 visits. We have items sold, which is 4, and we have revenue, which is $40.67 NZD, of course. And this has been doing relatively well until I think just a couple of days ago, which might be due to having no stats for that. Of course it does well in the Etsy app, Etsy search, and some of the direct, but also it's come through the Etsy ads, which is really interesting because the other one didn't have that as well. Now this one here seems to have a lot of keyword search. I also, just so you know, I did give exactly the same keywords when I put it up for my same tags. So it's not even an issue of tags itself. It might have just been what the algorithm has picked up for that specific product. And it has even a second page of keywords. Oh, interesting. Nothing came through any social media. And the biggest jump happened on the 16th of August, which is the 3rd. After this, yeah, it's been relatively, I would say it didn't do well at first, but it kind of jumped up more towards this part of August, which is interesting because the other one did better in the front between 15th of July to the 2nd of August, and this one did better after the 2nd of August. Huh. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Clearly the winner is, yay, this picture. And the thing is, like, even though I genuinely like this image and this is something that would attract me to the picture, I also understand that the reason it might not be picked is because it has a lot of shadows in it and it couldn't really show the true real color. Whereas even though this does have the shadow, because it's on a white backdrop, you can still see the color quite clearly. So I do understand the reason for this specific image to do well on this frame. I also picked a brown frame that complemented the frame, the actual picture itself. And so I do think it was a very good look on it. Whereas for this frame itself, it looks nice, but it also does blend quite in with the background or the picture, whereas this one really helps the picture to stand out. So I do understand the difference between the two pictures. Now, do I think that you should be putting everything on plain frames? Not necessarily. I think this was really interesting for me to see because it means that if you have clear frames, people just want to see the product and they just want to know what's there and what they can buy. Whereas for the other one, I feel like it's good to add different variety to show how it can look like in a home. So I do think it can add as a second picture. Now you can do your own experimentation and I might continue to do more experimentations like this. I don't know for sure if this is definitely the way to go for the rest of my frames or whether I should be doing a mix of both, but I think it's definitely giving me the direction that I really need to show my product clearly in my first photo. So I think that there are multiple reasons why this one did better. But ultimately at the end of the day, numbers don't lie, and it really does show that you do not have to go all out on your picture. You have to just show it really clearly. But it does help if you have other images that can show how people visualize it and see it in their home. And so I really hope that helps. But if you want more experimentation, I actually would love to do this again, but I'm going to probably do it again with a few different products and a little bit more of a sample size, because one is just not enough to make a firm decision on what we should and shouldn't do. But it was enough for me to see that I don't necessarily have to spend heaps on like fancy frames. I can just show the product as it is, and it would do well on its own because the product is good. Are there any other challenges or just things you're super curious about, whether it's your Etsy store or just digital products? Please let me know. I really want to do more challenges and I want to try new things because I'm just curious, and I also have some time, so I might as well. Also check out my Beautifully Polynesian life, where I do vlogs and try new things of a different variety. My TikTok and my Instagram, and you can also subscribe to this channel. Bye.